Hello, year fives, and welcome to your arithmetic maths test. Hopefully you have been practicing arithmetic over the last couple of days and you are ready to challenge yourself. So just a reminder that it would be great if you could try and time yourself roughly about 15 minutes. If you do need a bit of extra time, rather do complete the test and then see how it goes with your answers. I'd rather you try and get them all, or try all the questions first and not stop once the 15 minutes is done. Okay, but try and see if you can do it in 15 minutes. That is your challenge. So you have 15 basic arithmetic questions, and then you have 5 reasoning questions. So a total of 20 marks for your challenges today. So I'm going to start with the first one. So get your pencil ready, get your pen ready. If you have a timer, have that ready. Get into the arithmetic zone. So here we go. Right, so you've got 15 questions here of pure arithmetic. So I'm just going to scroll down. So when you need to pause the video, you pause it, try and get your answers down on your piece of paper, and then you can unpause to then follow on for the next couple of questions. Right, so good luck. And here are your reasoning questions. Right, don't forget that if you need to pause the video, pause it so that you can complete them. Great, hopefully you managed to get all 20 questions done within the 15-minute limit. If you have not been able to finish in 15 minutes, please go and finish your test. Do not just start marking what you've done. Go and rather try and do all the questions and then come back, okay, for the answers. So I'm going to show answers for those children who have finished. So if you have finished, you can then get a different color. Hopefully you've got a different color pen or a coloring in pencil that you can mark with so you can see where you have gone right and wrong. Okay, so here are our answers. So a reminder, the first one, our missing number in the middle. So we do a subtraction, okay? So we're going to take the bigger number and subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, and your answer will be 2,265. Question number 2 is our simple bus stop, and it's going to go in equally, 174. Question number 3 is making sure we line up those decimal points, okay, that we line up the decimal point and then the numbers, and we don't add any funny zeros in between the digits, okay, we put the placeholder afterwards. So your answer would have been 668.25. Right, our multiplying by 100, so 4,560. If you put the decimal in and you put a 0 afterwards, that's also fine. Right, basic subtraction sum. Right, our long multiplication. Hopefully you remember to put your placeholder. That's where some silly mistakes happen. So just checking that you have your placeholder and that you have added up those numbers correctly. Right, here we have a whole number, take away a decimal. Remember, if it gives us a whole number, we put the decimal point afterwards, and then we put placeholders. Okay, so you should have had 56.00 minus 23.76, lining up those digits. Okay, and then also another silly mistake we often tend to make is we add instead of subtract. So make sure you are subtracting. Right, naught squared, it means naught times naught, which is naught. Round this number to the nearest 10. So remember, we go to the tens column and we underline the number next door. And if it's 5 or more, we raise up. And if it's 4 or less, we stay the same. So because this is 4, we then leave it to rest. Right, here I've just moved the equals to sign to the left. Okay, so don't let that confuse you. I've got something plus 9 equals minus 6. Okay, so hopefully you managed to work out that it is minus 15. All right. 7 times 6 is pure multiplication. It's going to be 56 because 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we've been doing adding and subtracting of fractions this week. So hopefully you have found the common denominator, which would be 6 because that's the largest number and 2 can go into 6. And then I would have to multiply the 1 by 3 and then add them together. And my fraction would be 7/8. All right, here I'm making an equivalent fraction. So 9 times what gives me 27? 9 times 3. So then whatever I do to the one number, I need to do to the other. So I'm going to say 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so the missing number that needed to go in the block was 9. And again, I'll subtraction of fractions. Okay, find that common denominator. And my answer would have been 3/12. And round this number to 1 decimal point. Okay, so I'm going to go and circle the 4, underline the number next door, and 5 is going to round me up. So I'm going to then change the 4 to a 5 and I leave it as 1 decimal point. Okay, so remember I only have 1 decimal point after the decimal. So hopefully you've done really well with those 15 questions. We're going to move on to the reasoning part. Right, ascending order means smallest to biggest, okay? You need to know that vocabulary. You need to know ascending means smallest to biggest and descending means biggest to smallest, all right? So I've got the answers at the bottom here. So here we go for number 16. Those were the answers for question number 16, writing them from smallest to biggest. Then question number 17, you had to add 1,000 more. And then obviously working backwards, you would then take away 1,000. So here are your answers. Okay, if you need to pause the video at any point, please do so that you can mark your work and get the answers. Question number 18, what two square numbers give you a total of 34? A square number is something squared, that little 2 symbol. All right. Oh, I think I skipped number 18. All right, so this would have been 9 and 25. Those are square numbers because 9 is 3 squared and 25 is 5 squared. Right, I'll go back to question number 18. Oh, I think I just got these mixed up. Let me just have a quick look here. Sorry, guys, about this. Right, so this should be question number 18. Answer. And then this needs to go at the end. Sorry about that, guys. Right, so question number 19. Again, ascending means smallest to biggest. So first of all, I'm going to be comparing these fractions. So I need to make all the fractions the same denominator. So I'm going to look at the biggest number, 12. I'm going to see, can these numbers go into 12? Yes, they can. And then I would convert all of them so that I have making equivalent fractions like we've been doing this week. And then I can see which is the smallest number on top and then writing that original fraction, okay? So these would be your answers here for number 19. And question number 20, write the two terms that come in the next, after this in the sequence. Here are the two terms. All right, so those are your answers there. I do apologize that they were in the wrong order earlier, but there you can see the answers. Please go and see how you did out of 20. And hopefully if you've got any mistakes, you can go back and try and figure them out. All right. So well done, guys. That's your math lesson for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and I will see you back here on Monday. Bye.